What's up, Titans fans? We appreciate you being here, and welcome back to the Titans table for two in the red, white, and blue. That's Andrew,
That's Christian.
and we're going to talk about everything draft coming up in the latest news. It's smokescreen and lion season. A lot of truth to be found in the cracks out there too. So we're going to talk about all of it when we come back.
2K.
CJ 2K.
What an effort by Chris Johnson.
1,000-yard season.
Do the Titans have a miracle left in them? Going to be fielded by Lorenzo Neal at the 25. Pitches it back to Wycheck. End zone. Touchdown Titans. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you being in here with us today on the Titans table for two. Before we get started, man, if everybody could just go ahead and tighten up that like button, subscribe button, the alert button, so you know when we're going live. Comment down below it and add anything to the discussion that you want to let us know about. Anything we're going to talk about today, we'd love to hear from you and what you think. Also, go check out End Zone Emperors, man. That's where the umbrella we're all kind of under. Check out our brother and sister podcast. I call them our sister podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Because they're a bunch of
Girly girls.
girly men. But no, all kidding aside, man, go check out that Real Texans podcast if you're a Houston fan, Third and Teal. If you're, for some reason, a Jags fan, and Unstable for the Colts podcast. And then they got this AFC South show once a week and probably moving to twice a week more when the season gets started. But yeah, now that we've gotten all that stuff kind of out of the way, man, it's kind of depends on who you listen to or who you're talking to, man, who the Titans are taking. I think it's becoming a little more clear. We heard big news this week out of, pretty reputable sources that, they're not in the Ruben Bain camp. Everybody thinks that Arvell Reese and David Bailey are going to be gone before number 4. It's looking like a Jeremiah Love thing to me. More and more when you read between the lines, but that's assuming everything and all the news that's come out about all these players this week is true. It's hard to trust what you hear this time of year. So,
Yeah, I mean, the more closer we get, it seems like it's leaning that way. I think some Titans fans will be happy, some won't be. I mean, some think the pick is too high for a running back. But I mean, in my head, it's get the best football player.
not if he's a Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs level talent, which a lot of people think he could be.
OJL, what's how Robert's always in here. You guys still have the same gym as last year, the same one as last year that drafted really well. So hopefully, this one goes. We need some center and a right guard for sure, and maybe a developmental tackle, but I don't think that's not a first. Maybe a second round pick if the right guy falls. But
well, that's the thing about drafting Love. It kind of pushes all your needs back a little bit, doesn't it? You draft Love in the first round. There's some pros and cons to it. The cons being it pushes everything else back. That pushes your edge rush if you want to draft one back to round 2. That pushes wide receiver back to round 2 or 3. That pushes, we need interior linemen, and that pushes them, which is not as bad, but you can find some guys there, but you push that back to round 3 or 4. All of your other needs, wide receiver, edge rush, and interior linemen in particular are going to kind of get pushed back, taking Love.
Yeah, we got a comment on the TikTok, which I can't pull up over here, but it says Jeremiah Love all the way. So we have some Jeremiah.
I'm in a
Love.
position where I'm not going to be upset with any of the names that are kind of rumored here. I'll be happy with whatever we get.
Yeah, for sure. If it ends up being David Bailey or Jeremiah Love or Sonny Styles or even Carnell Tate, I could talk myself into any of those guys.
Sure. So it's not a bad position to be in,
8 O-line going in the first. I could see it. I mean, the games are still won in the trenches, absolutely.
Mhm.
But we didn't have the worst offensive line last year, especially towards the back half of the season. Really, JC got better. Dan Moore, he's an average left tackle. He has good games. He has bad games. You hope maybe Zeitler comes back, but we have enough guys in that room where there's going to be some competition for center and right guard.
I mean, I think they're leaning on Jackson Slater to kind of take a step up this year. People kind of bypass him when they're talking about the starting lineup, but I mean,
I like Slater.
I think they're really expecting him to move forward. I think they like him as well.
I still think there's a chance Seidler comes back. I mean, they just wait till after the draft to see what happens, and there's a reason Zeitler hasn't announced his retirement or signed anywhere else. And I think they have a deal on the table.
Well, he's a veteran. He's going to take his time as well, like a lot of those guys do.
Yeah. No reason. I mean, he's 36 years old.
And he's earned his right to do that, in my opinion. So I never understood why people would get on Favre and Rodgers and those guys that would decide late, and I mean, come on, man, they put in their work. Do they really need to be there for all that stuff in the beginning? No.
But speaking of all that, Titans got back to practice this past week. They got to go back 3 weeks early because of the new head coach, whatever. I mean, obviously they're just kind of doing conditioning and whatnot, but no coaching going on. But Jeff Simmons was there, which is really because he typically doesn't show up till mandatory minicamp because he's doing his own. Not that it's ever been a problem because Jeff is always ready. But he was there. I mean, I think that shows everybody's locked in. Trade number 4 for Diana Rossini. Nah. Well, good. Maybe remember her from the Michael Jackson hit Dirty Diana. We're not going to touch on that too much, but that's funny.
Yeah, the only reason I'll say why. I'll tell people why. It's not to protect anybody's not any love for Vrabel or Diana. It's just they got families involved, man. They got children.
Yeah, I know the New York Times is doing a investigation. Let that all play out.
Yeah, I just don't want to comment on anything when it involves
you can't touch
innocent.
on it unless you have
there's innocent. Hey, man, there's innocent bystanders, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just
Brandon's
want to be respectful to everyone's.
Did you see what he said?
Everyone's children and everything. What's that?
He said you can't touch on it unless you have a scoop to share. Anyway.
That's true. Touche.
That's hilarious. But yeah, there's not really.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful to kids or spouses or anything. So there's innocent bystanders in the whole thing. So
yeah, for sure.
It's unprofessional. I'll say that it's unprofessional as all can be. So
on both ends, yeah.
At its most innocent, it's unprofessional. That's
Bottom line, it's the starting point.
And I'm glad he's not here anymore. I'm glad it happened after he got.
I will say
I'd be embarrassed right now.
He did seem to break a lot of stories for the Titans when he was here. I will say that. She always seemed to be plugged into the Titans.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean.
But like I said, we'll let the investigation play out. It doesn't look good, but that's what it is. But since it is this kind of dead time, there's not a lot to talk about. So I think we should probably go ahead and get into the mock draft.
Yeah, it's just a lot of anticipation. Like I said, smokescreen season, man. You never know what to believe on any report on anything. So they could be saying that the Titans aren't, David Bailey guys or Ruben Bain guys, and then, they take them.
That a little better?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So I went ahead and started this one. We're doing this one on NFL Mock Draft Database. The first 3 picks were Mendoza, Reese, Mauiaga. So I think we're in agreement that we should go Love here.
That's fine. Yeah.
Or do you like Bailey more than Love?
No, that's fine. I'm probably going offense first round if I have my druthers, man.
All right. All right. Going into the second. I think if you go Love, you can set yourself up. You could go wide receiver. You could go edge. You could go interior offensive line.
I think
For me,
I'd rather go
Go ahead.
wide receiver because I think edge is so deep you could still get a decent player in the third round at edge,
I agree.
depending on how fast they're going.
I agree with you, except for I believe if Zion Young is there, you take him, and he is here.
Yeah.
I'm really high on him. Can I have Cassius Howell ranked higher? I'm higher on. What's up, Zay? He's in the chat.
Oh, what up,
What's up,
Zay?
brother?
Heck yeah, man. He's got a special show coming out, by the way.
Why
On
does he sound like an airplane driver? That's how I'm not sure which one. Yeah, this edge class is really deep. Yeah, it is.
But yeah, no, Zay actually has a show tomorrow, y'all. He usually doesn't go on Sundays. I saw that today, so go check him out tomorrow night. A special Sunday stream, man.
Maybe we can get Zay on right before the draft. We could do one of these together too.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Zay.
But yeah, if you want to go with,
I'm really high on Zion Young, and I think if he's there in a second, it's the pick.
well, let's do that.
Okay.
Because I'm either edge or wide receiver. I'm okay taking an edge there as well.
Okay. All right. Eli Stowers in here. That would be amazing. I'm not going to pick him because I don't think that's realistic. I think he's
tight ends I think set right now for the most part.
I
don't
bet
think
at
we're
least
drafting
2
tight
edges
end
go
in
every
this year.
10 picks in the first. I mean, it's become a premium position, so it doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when this quarterback class is so weak.
Yeah.
Not surprised at all.
It is deep though. Here's the thing, man. This is why I'm in on Love more. It's like I think you can get a guy that gets the same production as a Bailey or a Bain almost in the second round. You can't set the drop off from Love to the next running back is so big compared to Edge.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Jeremiah Love and then everybody else.
15 plus edges and tackles. Yeah, for sure. Get to the quarterback, protect him. Simple as that. So I'm going to act like Stowers is there. We have Pons, the cornerback from Indiana, Keelan Rutledge, interior offensive line from Georgia Tech, which is not a bad position. Derek Moore, edge. We just went edge. Josiah Trotter, a linebacker. D-line, another corner.
Go see what's can you just go wide receiver and see what's left there?
So we got Antonio Williams and Ted Hurst, Elijah Surratt, and Skylar Bell with the top 4. Not as well known, but Ted Hurst, I'm really high on out of Georgia State. He's like 6'4". This doesn't give you any information on him. 6'4", really fast. I like Ted Hurst, but he does come from a smaller school. Obviously, Surratt is a national champion.
That doesn't mean anything though. Some of the best wide receivers in the league have come from small schools. So
yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with any of these 4. If you feel strongly about any of them,
I would go with the big body because we don't have those really around here. We need that big body.
So you want to go
off it? Yeah, because that's kind of what I'm looking for. We got too many wide receivers that have similar.
I don't know
attributes,
if you to catch it yet today because it just came out today. But the Titans dropped like a 6-minute video of like just clips from training this week, and
that may have. Yeah, I think I did see that this afternoon. Actually, yeah,
dude, Alec Ayomanor looked so fast and so strong.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a bad one, Saquon Gentry and others won't get any yards. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the offensive lines, but you could say the same thing about quarterbacks and receivers. Like the quarterback needs time to throw, the receivers need time to get open. So I mean, that's where when I'm saying, hey, the game is still one. No matter what you do, how far the league has come as a passing league, the games are won with the big guys.
Well, and also though, like having so much time to throw, quote unquote, or whatever, is a little bit overstated sometimes in a way because dude, these guys get rid of the ball in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So we're not talking about an eternity back there. Like, it also, I think what I'm trying to get at is I trust Cam and I believe in Cam to have the wits enough to kind of make quick decisions,
Yeah, for sure.
and run. So I'm encouraged by what I see there as
Yeah.
well. So, an average line can be okay with a guy like that, is my point. If
Yeah,
you have
for
a
sure.
guy that can make, quick, succinct decisions, and it takes away from that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to rely on that as much.
And having a good line, good running back, it's going to open up the passing game too. So it all goes hand in hand. There's a
Absolutely.
reason, and CMC works so well.
I just get tired of all the
linebacker.
weird little obscure stuff that I see. Like I saw something on X this week. It said, "No, they don't need Jeremiah Love because no team ever drafts a running back top 5 and goes to the playoffs." Well, it's like, first of all, they're drafting top 5, bud, so they don't have a very good team.
Yeah,
So and yeah, most of the time running back's not going top 5, but when you have a stud there, man, it's undeniable. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, man. I'm tired of these well, we're not a running back away from winning the Super Bowl, so we just don't need it. That's antiquated, in my opinion, man. That's
We're
so
not-
silly.
and we're not anything away from winning the Super Bowl.
Exactly. You can say that about every position on the field.
I just want the best.
Oh, well, they're not a
players I can
quarterback
get.
away. They say the same thing about quarterback. Well, they're not a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl, Joe. That's
Yeah.
so silly and it's nonsensical in my opinion. I mean, it seems like a bit of an antiquated theory in the league. So
Yeah, I just want the best football players I can get.
exactly.
Recap the first 3 rounds: Jeremiah Love, Zion Young, Ted Hurst. So we got a running back, an edge, receiver. I think LL facts. We just need to absolutely get the best football players you can on this team. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay, so I can see them gonna go. They were gonna go offensive line at some point, especially in the interior. They're gonna go linebacker at some point. I think they're gonna get some defensive back help, and it doesn't really. For me, it doesn't really matter which way we go about it. But
Here
it's
come
the top
the IOLs there.
yeah, and the top rated player on the board is an IOL. And it looks like a pretty big drop off to the next one, so I'm okay with going.
Yeah, I would say I think we have to, man. I think one of those early mid rounds you have to go offensive lineman here, right?
Yeah, and then we have 2 picks in the 5th, so we're able to get 2, like a linebacker, maybe a corner in the 5th round.
Sure.
So we'll see what's on the board, obviously, when we get there. But we have 140 and 142, or 142, 144, something like that. Okay, let me reject this trade. That'd be awesome. Oh, freezing up a little bit. Oh, Jesus. I'm having little problems. Hold on. The Google Chrome.
Who's doing too good?
There it goes. There it goes. We're good. Oh, it came back, but it's not scrolling still. Let me see here. Sorry about this. But yeah, I think offensive line is going to be. I think that like any combination. Obviously, if they don't go Love, they don't have to go running back in their first 4 rounds. But if they go Love, you kind of do put yourself in a position where you're going to need to go edge, receiver, offensive line.
It almost puts your picks it almost sets the position you're going for your next 3 picks in a weird way,
Mm-hmm.
Because it just, like I said, it pushes everything back a little bit.
But I think there's going to be some they went Pregnan from Oregon, the offensive lineman in the 2nd. I wouldn't be mad at all.
Right.
And then you could go get Ted Hurst still in the 3rd, and then maybe you get one of those edges that still have a lot of tools that just need more coaching. I do think it's possible with how Saleh runs his defensive line, where you don't have to have these edges that come in and play a bunch of snaps.
Right. Well, we've seen it, man. They're loading up on depth on the line in particular.
But what is that? We got offensive line. You can look at linebacker Keyshawn Elliott. Does he need corners? Let me look at the cornerback real quick. Oh, that's my guy. If you're okay with it, Ephesians 5 talk. Yes. Tall, fast. I love Ephesians. If we can get him right there. But if you think we should go linebacker or somewhere else, I'm okay with
No, I'm cool with either cornerback or linebacker here. Honestly, we filled the main
We got 2
holes
picks
that I
and
wanted
3.
to.
Yeah, we got 2 picks and 3 picks. So we can go, we're right back. And we can go look at linebackers now. Let's see what they got at linebackers.
Yeah, you got
Keyshawn
Elliott still there.
Elliott. Yeah, alarms. Or I like Elliott to New York, and I like Dak Kelly.
Yeah, I like Elliott. That's kind of who I had my. If you're cool with that, I like that.
Yeah, I like Keyshawn Elliott.
Not bad little draft here.
I like where this is going for sure. Okay, I'm gonna recap it now. We've got like 2 or 3 picks left. I can't remember if we have 2 in the 6 or not. I think we do have 2 in the 6. So, running back Jeremiah Love, edge Zion Young, wide receiver Ted Hurst, offensive lineman Sam Heck, cornerback Ephesians Prysock, linebacker Keyshawn Elliott. So
Yeah, we do have 3
really
more.
Really look at best player available, what we think might work for us.
I mean, I wouldn't mind double dipping on the line there, man.
We can go Matt Golden. Let's see if they have somebody like
that or wide receiver or even edge.
Parker Brailsford is a legit center. So I don't mind like
Alabama boy too. I'm always cool with linemen from Alabama.
Yeah, Ted Hurst at 66 is a steal. Yeah, no doubt. It really is.
Yeah, if we could I'm cool with taking an Alabama center.
Yeah, we can go with
in the 6th round there.
Brailsford. Then we got one coming right around. So
then I would check like maybe I was gonna say edge or wide receiver again.
Let's see what's at wide receiver. Josh Cameron, Kevin Coleman. None of those really jump out to me.
Yeah.
Let me look at edge.
At this point, I think you're probably just taking best available, huh?
I'll look at safety real quick too, if you don't mind. Just because they played a lot of 3 safety, could be. But okay, so George Gums, I think he's a really talented. He's gonna have to be. Yeah, for sure. George Gums. I was talking to Isaiah from Third and Teal on this AFC South show. And actually drafted him on the mock draft we did over there. He was like, he has all the tools. He's a Florida fan. He said he's just going to need some coaching. So I think that's the kind of guys you look for in the 6th, 7th round. Like, he has the attributes. Can we get it out of him? So I don't think George Gums is a bad pick.
Where are we best overall? Who's like the best overall player left right now?
We have the offensive, but we don't need that. We don't need another corner, I don't think. We could go tight end. We could go if you wanted to do an offensive lineman. I think a tackle would make more sense. I'm not sure.
No, I'm cool with that. I was wanting to go really like edge rush or wide receiver, but I was just kind of interested in who was at the top left anyway. Because sometimes if there's someone that's just kind of left at a certain spot, you can't kind of pass it up.
Yeah.
We take your boy.
All right, let's see.
Does that give us one more left?
One more pick, 7th round. They could go anywhere with this pick, I think. I mean, there's a lot of times because of special teams players, so it could be a receiver or a cornerback safety. Aiden Fisher, J.C. Deuce.
A lot of running backs.
Let me look at receiver. The only guy I saw on here earlier that I was like, oh, that might not be Pat Coogan. I would have gone Pat Coogan, but we just got Parker Brailsford so we already got 2 interior offensive linemen. I like Pat Coogan too, but if we just got Brailsford. I don't like it. Like the only one I looked at earlier that was Kevin Coleman, and he's gone. Aiden Fisher isn't a bad pick if you want. I don't think we need a double dip at linebacker though.
No.
Tight ends? I mean, we have 2, but they might go.
Yeah.
I've heard good.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough for me. These last 2 or 3 picks, to be honest with you, man, because this is where I start to know less and less about the player. To be honest with you, so.
Yeah, for sure.
These are all just kind of names up here to me at this point.
I'm gonna
just gonna keep it real.
I'm gonna go with Lewis Moore, just to get another safety, because they do play so much 3 safety. I can see them going, and they talked about they're going to build some more secondary depth. But I really like this draft. Yeah, I mean, if you're going Jeremiah Love, Zion Young, Ted Hurst, Sam Heck, Ephesians Prysock, Keyshawn Elliott, Parker Brailsford, George Gumbs, and Lewis Moore. I got an A for that pick, so they liked it. All A's, B pluses. I mean, yeah, you get a running back, you get a running back, a receiver, and 2 offensive linemen for the offense, and then you get 2 edges, a cornerback, a linebacker, and a safety. I mean, you hit all levels of the team.
Yeah, go ahead and save that too.
Yeah, we're gonna save that one. I can copy it. I'm gonna send that to you. Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I think that was how that draft would go. I would be ecstatic. I think the only thing you did, you hit all levels of the defense. You hit all levels.
You addressed interior offensive line,
tight end and quarterback, which you don't really need. You got 2 good quality tight ends. You have 4 quarterbacks on the roster right now, so they're not going to go quarterback even for depth right at this point. Sure. I mean, who knows if Levis will still be here? But in that video, he was at practicing this week with the team, doing the conditioning and stuff. So that was good to see for him coming back from injury.
Yeah, that's what he should do, man. I think he ticked a lot of people off last year, the way he handled everything.
No shame from me, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think I'll call it what it was. I'll call it a spoiled milk, man, is what it was. Having a
did he really think he was going to beat out the number 1 pick? Did you really think he was going to beat out the number 1 pick?
Well, no, but I think you could have your surgery on your shoulder before the very beginning of the season.
Yeah, after you played in the preseason.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, I think absolutely. I think there's better ways to handle stuff like that, man. I think you could have taken care of that and then come in and maybe help the team, man. Who knows, man? You never know when Cam Ward might get hurt. God forbid. And then you can step in there and kind of show what you got and maybe make a case for yourself, but you decided to sit home last year. So, I didn't appreciate that too much. And I don't care if he likes it or not, man. Honestly, he can go drink some mayo and get over it.
Heck yeah. Well, all right. You ready to get to our final?
Yeah, I'll think of one. You go ahead.
Final bite. I'm just gonna say, hey, let's get excited. Season starting up. Season of optimism for every team. Every team has a chance at the Super Bowl right now, so embrace it. Feel good about it. Oh, I know that's all it is.
Sure.
Embrace that feeling. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I just say enjoy the ride. How about that? And I think I'm going to be happy no matter what the Titans come away with. It'd be pretty hard to mess this fourth overall pick up, I think,
for sure.
With all the players that are there. It's not the best draft in the world, but you got plenty of talent right there, and we need help in just about every area. So it's going to be hard for us to.
They know more than us. Okay.
That's what exactly, man. I swear, I tell you, man, these people on X need to hear that because you got a lot of experts out there, man, that think they know, man. And I try to never be so arrogant to think I know more than people in the league, man.
Don't be wrong. I look at a lot of tape. I know there's people on, Twitter who look at more tape because it's their job. I only do it as we do this for fun. We would love to be big enough one day to make money off of it, but we do this for fun because we love the team. So, but their livelihood depends on it,
Sure. Just have fun with it, man. I'm not going to be angry either way. I think I'm going to be happy and disappointed both at the same time because I'm going to be getting a great player, and then there's also going to be 1 or 2 that we're not getting. That I'd love to have them all, man. So maybe if we get Jeremiah Love, though, we can finally run that annexation of Puerto Rico, man.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
I'm going to go watch Little Giants.
Yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell all your friends that are Titans fans. check out all of our other shows on CPN Network. And until then, it's check, please.
End Zone Emperors. I got to correct you. End Zone Emperors. I kept doing that for a while too.
Yeah,
He changed it on us, and we got so in our rhythm, man.
Yeah.
So End Zone Emperors.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so the check is on Curtis because he changed the name on us.
Yeah.
All right, so
Exactly.
tighten up, guys. Thanks for coming.
Tighten up.
There. Oh.